The next thing I want to show you how to do is to actually set up a meet. So I'm going to get out of the run screen, go back to the main screen. First thing I'm going to do is go to my File Explorer and go to my USB drive. Here we go. And here you'll see all the templates that come from MCSL that I talked about. But I did reach out to a few teams to get some roster and entry information so that I could do this tutorial for you. So note, I've got OG, which is Old Georgetown Club. These are files that were created by Team Manager. I also have Tally Ho files, and these were used by Team Unify, and they're handled a little bit differently, so I want to show you how to import the rosters and the entries and set up a meet. So I'm going to start first with the Old Georgetown Club. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that I put these files on my flash drive. Okay. So I'm going to go into File, and I'm going to scroll down to Import, and the first thing I'm going to do is import the roster. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to scroll back down to the USB drive, and I'm going to find the rosters from Old Georgetown, and I'm going to click Open. And this box is going to come up and tell you that it unzipped the file, and I'm going to click OK. And so now I have this HY3 file. I'm going to highlight it and open it. And I'm going to say OK. It's going to ask, do I want to copy the competitor numbers? I don't really care. I'm just going to say yes. Use LSC as part of the team match. You can just say no to that. That's more of a Potomac Valley swimming thing. So now you can see that it imported 142 athletes. So I'm going to click OK. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to athletes. And now all of a sudden, you see all the athletes. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go to athletes to show you. And as you can see, I've got all the OGC athletes listed here. And I've minimized two columns here. One is the USA Swimming ID number, which is automatically generated by the software, and the other is the birth date. And the reason I've done that is because I want to try and keep the information about the athletes confidential. But ordinarily, you would see both of those, and if you needed to edit something, you could. So you can see each athlete for OGC, and the eligible events are listed below. So this is an 11-year-old, and all the events that she is eligible to swim are below. But no one's, I'm going to just scroll down, as you can see, no one's entered yet into any events. All I've done is import the roster. So the next thing I'm going to do is import the entries. So again, I'm going to go back to where I was, go to File, Import, but this time, instead of rosters, I'm going to import the entries. I'm going to go back to my USB drive, and here I'm going to find the Old Georgetown Club entries. I'm going to click on that and say, OK, open. And again, it's going to unzip it. It's going to give me another window with an HY3 file. I'm going to click OK. And again, I'm going to click OK. It's going to ask, do I want to match on event numbers? Yes. Include entries with no time? Yes. And we don't use any time trial events, so this is really sort of a non-issue. And then you can just click OK. And now what you see that there are 64 athletes with 164 entries into the meet. So now if I click OK, and I go back to the athletes, I'm going to have all the athletes, but as I scroll down, I'm getting a little yellow. It took me till I got down here. But these are yellow, which means that the athlete is entered into the event. It's made yellow by this box being selected. It lists the entry time, and that's it. It hasn't been seeded yet, so there's no more information. But eventually, after we seed it, it will indicate the heat and the lane. And we can talk more about this as we talk about running the meet. And as you see now, some of the athletes are entered into the meet, and some of them are not. So we have the full team roster with the athletes who are entered into the meet. At the scratch meeting, there may be some changes made, so then we'll deal with them. But the rules of MCSL say that someone has to be on the roster to be in the meet, and that's why you have to have the full roster in case there are changes made.